Customization of groups in the project section. We are now in the project section. Any project in Smarty CRM is a long-term task that you or your employees are working on. So each stage is a step towards its implementation. The names of these steps depend on the organization of work in your company. For example, for printing company, it is printing, cutting, shipping, and so on. For tour companies or dentistry, the stages will be completely different. The most important thing is to structure the process of working on the current task from the beginning to its logical conclusion. Let's take a simple business process as an example. Work on the application or client's request. Let's rename the group from my first group to customers in the working process. And let's change the name of the stages in accordance with our business processes. For example, let's call the first stage the beginning of the work and rename the outcome of the work to closing the transaction. We will set up a project card template for this group. Then we will figure out the date of the beginning, completion, the amount of the transaction, and save the template. As you can see, everything is very simple. Also, do not forget to assign access rights to the newly created group so that your employees can see it. However, one project can be run by several specialists. This is a complex business process. In Smarty CRM, it can be represented in two ways, horizontally and vertically, depending on the organization of work in the company. In the first case, they work on the project consistently. One department or specialist completes his or her work and the project is being forwarded to another employee. For example, when developing a website or web service, it is necessary to conduct research and draw up a technical task. It is the job of the team of analysts. Then the project is being referred to the designers, and only after that to programmers and testers. For the manager to understand the progress of the work and control the employees, we create separate groups for each team. For example, research, design, implementation, and testing. The main idea of this business process is that when one team completes its work on the project in this group, the project is being transferred to another group. There is another option. That's the exact work structure of our company. When the team completes the project, they leave their card at the last stage and they create a sub-project for the next team and place it in the next group. This way, you can see how many projects each team performs. Also, it doesn't bother the following performers with the information that they don't need. I will provide more details about the creation of the project and related sub-projects in the next video. And now, let's take a look at the next option of the organization of the business process by deleting the existing groups. In the case of a vertical version of the organization of the business process, several teams or specialists work on the project at the same time. As an example, we can take the construction of an apartment building where it's necessary for several teams to work as one to complete the construction. In order to control this process in Smarty CRM, we recommend creating the main group, for example, objects and work. And the following ones should be named by the type of work performed: preparatory works, zero cycle, monolithic works, facade and roofing works, finishing work, and so on. Next, you will need to configure the names and descriptions of the stages for each of the groups, as well as the template for the project cards. In order for all the information to be collected in one place and it was clear how the construction works are progressing, sub-projects will be placed in groups with the names of the performed types of work. Since they will be created from the main project card, all information and the stages of the work of the sub-projects will be displayed in the main project card. And now I consider looking in more detail on how to configure the appointments of the responsible for the stage. They can be customized either manually from the card of the project itself or in the group settings. For each of the stages of work on the project, choose your own responsible employees. Do not forget to remove these rights in the workspaces where employees no longer work. To see how it works, let's go to the law firm workspace. The employees have already been added. Let's imagine that the lawyer Nick conducts business in the arbitration group. We appoint him as responsible for all stages in this group. Now, when creating a new case card, he will receive a notification about this and automatically appear in the responsible field. After he completed work on the case, he must be archived. He prepares documents and transfers the file card to the archives group. We will also appoint the secretary, Olivia, responsible in the group setting in order for her to receive the notification. Done. Let's see how it works. In the Incognito tab, we entered under the username of Nick. We transferred the case card to the case archive group and Olivia receives a notification. This way, once you select the right employees in the settings of the groups, you do not have to appoint them manually each time. Also, there is an opportunity in the Smarty CRM program to copy the names and descriptions of stages from another group using the Past Settings of Some Other Group button.